Okie doke. Well, this is a preview of our website that's in progress right now, and I want to kind of just start with it because it really presents our company, where what kind of our end user is and where our products really end up. And I think that it's the International Space Station, so I think when we know that our products end up in these very high level projects, it just makes us very, very, very proud. So we have a very, very tight-knit company that I think our motivation is just knowing where it's ending up, and it's not easy to get there, right? But I think having that motivation and having teams from these companies come to visit us and approve of us and validate us, I think it's pretty wonderful. In particular, my name is Diego. I think I've met almost everybody here. So I'm the vice president of Raycar. And Raycar is a company that was acquired in 2017 by my mother, who had been working in this company since 1980. And my mother is a single mother. She's an immigrant. She didn't speak very much English. When she came to visit her cousins in the late 70s, I was a baby. We came for vacation, and then she thought, I want to raise my baby here. So this was, I think, maybe the second job that she had here, and that's where she really stayed. So she doesn't really have a great resume with a lot of experience in the diversity of areas, but she's got 40 years here. And the really great thing about her is that she is a machine operator. She did start as a press. And actually, the really interesting about our company is that the presses that we have, the ones that she was working on, we still have them. We are pretty niche in a type of molding that is transfer and compression molding, which was replaced largely by thermoplastic injection molding in the 70s. So there's only about 3 companies that still do transfer and compression molding, and we're one of them. So we're grandfathered in, and we have a lot of legacy tools where we are the only person, the only company still making that project, and so we have a lot like that for aerospace, defense, and energy clients that we kind of the only company that does that for them. So it's really great. But we're also looking to the future, right? We're also looking to where we want to go in the future, and not just be a legacy company anymore. So we are an AS9100 company. This is kind of the highest level quality standard. It's above it contains ISO and then additional requirements to that. And that's something that we did because we wanted to. So Boeing came to visit us a few months after we took the company over, and they looked us in the eye and welcomed us into the aerospace industry, which we had already been there since 1951, but we understood the idea. And they suggested, right, to get the AS9100 standard, so we did. It didn't take us very long because we were already kind of working to that standard anyway, so it's just a matter of paperwork and things like that. The company is very interesting. I think it's very of the time. It is a woman, minority-owned, and veteran-owned company, so I think it's very of the time right now that these are the new kind of business owners that we're wanting to see and starting to see more and more of. So I wanted to start with that, but I'll go into our presentation that we have. So Raycar is located in Oxnard, California. We're in the Channel Islands Business Center. We've been there since the business center opened in '87. The building was made for us in our specifications, and so really interesting thing, we were able to acquire the building as well as the company because we wanted to provide that stability for our client. And still, the first year was incredibly difficult. We had a drop in sales of almost 50% in the first year, and we had no idea why. So we were like, oh gosh, I guess this is going to happen. But the story is very different right now. We're able to make it through that first year. It's a totally different company now, and I'll talk a little bit more about what we've done. So we thought it was just going to be a little bit easier since it's been there since '51 and we could just continue, but no, we had that first year, I think that a lot of business owners have, where it's like the test of fire, the ring of fire or whatever, right? So this is, well, obviously we present this to our clients, we just want to know, we want them to know we're Ventura County, as most of them do already. This is an aerial view of our building. That's Emerson Avenue, and then Rose is a large avenue to the right that you can't really see right there. So what we do is that we design, manufacture, and supply engineered precision plastic components for aerospace, defense, and medical applications. The company was founded in '51 at the dawn of the space age, which just makes it really interesting. With the goal of providing high-quality components, competitively times value and reliability to our clients, we are located in the beachside city of Oxnard. We are headquartered in our own 28,000 square foot facility, and we specialize in thermoset and thermoplastic transfer, compression, and injection plastic molding. Now, as I present this and as I think about presenting this, I start realizing that there's a lot of information that needs to be said. There's two particular issues that we have to pay attention to when we're molding components. I'm going to show some components right here. Okay, so that's okay. So this particular component is called an airing. So airings it's a line of components that are utilized a lot in displays. So for example, in the displays of your cars and the displays on airplanes, right? So where you're looking at movies and things like that. So this is a fairly commercial application. Now, if you see, it has a lot of we call it holes. I don't know if that's the technical name for it, but it's got a lot of holes in it, right? The difficult thing about that is that all of those have to be perfectly concentric with plastic, molding through metal, and the true position must be perfect, and the dimensional tolerance is 2/1000 of an inch or less. So that's really what differentiates our company, and that is 95% of our projects are like that. And this is one of the smaller ones because we can have one that has maybe 250 holes that have to be perfectly aligned, concentric, true position, dealing with molds that are where the metal is expanding at different rates than the plastic. The plastics are all different. Some expand more, some expand less. So all of this has to be taken into consideration. So really, we talk in our company a lot about being under pressure, right? And this is how these things are made, by pressure, right? Pressure and temperature. So, but we make a really important distinction between pressure and stress, right? Because pressure makes a part, but stress breaks a tool, right? The same with a person, right? Pressure will take you to the next level, but if you're stressed out, you're gonna break, right? So that's something that it's just kind of knowing how to make these components really informs the culture of our company as well. So I think it's kind of interesting. Okay, so at a glance, we're founded in '51. This is our certifications, and we have 40 employees, 40 full-time employees right now, 2 interns who are now 2 part-time employees, and we're continuing to grow this year. So we're working with America's Job Center, which is the Business Services Division of the Unemployment Office, and we're hiring employees through there where we have, they subsidize 50% of the training cost for 5 months. So that's really interesting because I think that is, and the way that happened is that our company decided that we wanted to be a part of our community. So at some point we were working, I was working on my laptop, we're on our phones. None of our clients are in Ventura County except for Eaton and PTI or Baco, who are local aerospace companies. Those are the only 2 that are here. Everybody else is all over the world, and I'll show where. So we're frequently on email, on phone, and I looked out the window and I thought, we really could just be anywhere. Like we're in Oxnard, and it should matter that we're here. We should be a part of this community. And that's how we started learning about working with America's Job Center, working with internships, because the company had never done that before since '87 that it's been here. So I think it is very important for companies to understand that they should play a role in the community, which we already do, right? We already provide jobs. We obviously provide We pay taxes, our employees pay taxes, we pay for services, permits. Companies do a lot already, but we also have the ability to do so, and we should become more involved in our communities, and that's just like what we should do. I don't want to explain any more.
So, Diego, you have like 2 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So this is our company right now. We're headquarters in Oxnard. We have development facilities in Camarillo and Silmar. We have a virtual office in Washington, D.C., which is where we're expanding our sales office right now. This is where our clients are located. So you can see we're in all major markets right now, and which is pretty incredible for a small company in Oxnard that most people, if they don't live in that area, have never heard of. A lot of people that live in there know the company because they walk by or drive by it all the time. This is injection department. Another view. This is our transfer and compression department. We specialize in inserts and molded with plastic. So you can imagine metal and plastic being molded together. It's not the easiest thing. These are the variety. We have this equipment right here. This is a new project that we're doing for the Marine Division of Boeing. So these are cable assemblies for submarines. So these are pretty incredible. We are doing Lean Six Sigma training 100% with all of our employees with the support of the Ventura County Development Collaborative. So we're working a lot with, that's my mother, working with one of our team leaders. So it's a very woman-led, woman-involved company, and that's really our success, to be honest. A lot of, my mother was voted this year top 50 businesswomen in Southern California by Pacific Coast Business Times. She got an honorary PhD. She couldn't finish college because she had me. She really couldn't live her life because this was her life. So it's really great to see her now reaping these benefits and to be able to be supportive of her. We get visited by these clients regularly, and when it's a client like that, my mother herself will mold the components and then set up the training sheets for her employees. So I think it's really interesting about that. Strategy for 5 years, collaborative development, we're doing really well with that. Growth USA, doing well now. Equipment and expansion to Latin America is what we're working on right now. Our principles are honesty, hard work, collaboration, continuous improvement, innovation, and empathy. That's my mother right there and her company, making sure everything's working. And we make connectors, and that makes everything work. So, thank you.
Alex, you are up.
Okay. Thank you, Diego.
Thanks so much.
And Diego is also a board member of the